Hello and namaskaram, everyone.
Namaskaram, welcome back.
Welcome. So today I would like to quiz or interview Sharol here how to have a sustainable yoga practice. I'm sure many of us been in the situation we go to a yoga class or we have all the intention to start a daily practice, but then it doesn't happen all the time, or it happens for a couple of weeks and then we forget about it, it gets too hard, we feel we are too busy. So is there any tips what you can share of you practicing yoga for decades and you're still practicing, for us, how we have that sustainable practice ideally on a daily basis?
Yeah, so if you're someone that's wanting to, develop a consistent daily practice, there are a few things that would be really, really helpful. So first of all, it's kind of knowing why it is that you're doing what you're doing. The reason as to why you want to practice, it doesn't matter what the reason is. It could be, I just want to feel good. I want to, even some people approach it first with exercise. Some people might approach it with, I want to be more flexible. I want to have a quiet mind. Whatever your reason is fine. It's okay. Then once you've established that, make the decision to actually do the practice every day for 40 days.
I love the 40-day practice, because sometimes it can be daunting if somebody tells you you should practice yoga daily for the rest of your life. Then we could already shrug back, but I think it's already nice. So we give the chance of 40 days and we can experience, and hopefully that experience will be good.
Well,
and why 40 days? Tell us more.
Okay, so you want to do it for 40 days because every 40 to 48 days, your body will go through a certain physiological change. And so whenever you introduce a new practice into your system, it takes that amount of time for the practice to take root in the system. So classically, you do it twice a day for 40 days. Leave that aside.
Thank you.
Just do once a day for 40 days. Now, what I'd suggest is do it at the same time, the same place. And also what you want to do is, what I would suggest is do it in the morning, a time that's free of distraction.
And that means maybe we have to get up a little bit earlier before maybe everyone wakes up, if you have children, before the house gets busy as well. But I think there will be less distraction mornings than evenings.
Definitely. So if you can wake up that little bit earlier in the morning, and that might mean going to bed a little bit earlier, and also having a light dinner, because you wake up fresher when you've had a lighter meal at night, as opposed if you have a heavy meal in the morning, it's heavy to do your practice. You're going to feel it.
And that all correlates with the Ayurvedic knowledge as well. The biggest meal ideally at lunchtime and the smallest meal in the evening.
Yeah, so you wake up fresh, you wake up light, and then commit to doing it just for those 40 days so you can experience what it is that you're doing. And then after that 40 days, you decide, is this something you want to do? And if it's not, then drop it. And if it's something that you want to do, then you continue. It's really that simple.
And why should we do the practice at the same time and place?
So the same time, just with your body clock, right? So when you wake up in the morning, and I'd always suggest the morning, but if it's the evening, it's the evening. But in the morning, you're already on an empty stomach condition. So whenever you're doing any yoga practice, you do need to be on an empty stomach condition. Ideally, there should be nothing in the system.
What about if somebody is pitta, they get really hungry already early in the morning? Could they have some blanched almonds or a date or hot milk, golden milk? Ideally nothing?
Nothing in the system. So the system needs to be empty. So what you could do is have neem and turmeric together with a little bit of mildly laced honey water. And what that does is it will start to activate the whole system in terms of its pranic activity. So when you're doing your practices, there's a certain crackle. I mean, we can go into the detail of when you wake up in the morning, you have a cold shower. These are all very vata aggravating things. Just keep that in mind. So you'd have a cold shower.
And this is traditional hatha yoga. Yeah.
So you'd have a cold shower, ideally wet hair, so you're more receptive. You'd have your turmeric with mildly laced honey water. And if we're going super traditional, you'd have neem leaves, probably like 7 to 8, but you adjust depending on the amount of heat in your system. You chew them and you keep them on the side of your mouth as you're doing your practices. And then you're doing, whatever practice you're doing, but this might be too much. So if you just wake up and, you go to the same place, same time, and you do your practice, what will happen is in that place, it will build a certain memory. So every day when you're going and you're doing the same thing in the same place where no other activity happens, it will build a certain memory that will support you in your practice. So the days that you wake up and you're like, I really don't want to do this, I don't feel like it. And then somehow you stumble your way there and then your practice happens.
I think that's wonderful. And the time, could we adjust the time? If I say, I stumble into the place where the practice should happen, but I feel after 10, 15 minutes, that's enough. Would you feel it's still effective having 5, 10, 15 minutes, then nothing at all?
Of course. So you show up and you do, whatever you've learned. In those 40 days, there shouldn't be an excuse. So Hatha yoga is all about discipline. Like the word hatha also translates to being adamant. And so there's a certain force with hatha yoga. There's a lot of effort. It's a lot of effort, hatha yoga. It's actually not the easiest yoga. It's the hardest yoga in that sense. Bhakti is much easier.
But I think it's so wonderful to hear that we hopefully can all have a go. We can all have a try. We try for 40 days. We try maybe early in the morning, ideally on an empty stomach, same time, ideally same place. And then we see how that experience felt on the body.
Definitely, and keep it simple. Don't do anything fancy, complicated, long hours, things like that. Keep it really simple, like 15, 20 minutes. It's better to do that daily than it is to do some grandiose practice once every now and again.
So I'm really inspired, Sharol. I think you've given me the new motivation as well. So I hope you're all with me. 40 days, daily practice. Doesn't have to be 1 hour, 5, 10, 15 minutes, an easy, sustainable practice. So let's check in 40 days again.
Brilliant. And I'll leave some links below if you wanted to get started. So you can check them out. They'll be in the description. And you can get started with one of those. And it's literally 5 minutes.
Oh, beautiful. I look forward to seeing you again all soon.
Namaskaram.
Namaskaram.